Those of the host, guests, and callers are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings.
Products embodies fundamental nutrients
Oh, I
necessary
thought I was on mute.
without
Oh, great day. Beautiful, great day, everyone.
designed to
Welcome to the I Am Meta Show.
One
Mocha
moment.
Breakfast Share and Zephyr.
hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and luxurious.
Oh, the
Be
music's still
sure to
going.
visit our website at www.onewankaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One by One Kia. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today.
Greetings, and welcome all and all. This is the I Am Meta Show. I am Zephyr, the Medicare doctor, along with Malika, a breath of fresh air. You know, we're always excited to be here. That's why you always see this big, beautiful smile.
Right.
Always looking forward. And big up the Powerhouse Radio, Lady D. Big up 89.1, Victoria Radio, all the listeners, the viewers, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Y'all give shout out to my goddess sister Malika here, y'all. Big her up a little bit.
Hey, great day, beautiful people. I am here. I'm in the place to be right now. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I was gonna say, right? So last week our topic is was love is energy. Well, we're going to continue that topic today because it's a broad spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
especially when someone that I know sent me an email. She didn't even call me to discuss it, but she sent an email, kind of like fussing about, well, people do need love when they're in emotional spaces and all this stuff. Well, yeah, but we'll discuss it a little more of, you know, needing love is one thing, but demanding someone to give it to you in a certain way is another. And we will discuss that. We will discuss your expectations, right?
Right,
So that's what
expectation.
we're going to dig into today.
This is a great topic. This
Yeah.
is a really good topic. Um, love is energy. Love is energy. And because love is an energy, a lot of people mistake it for something else. And it's been perpetuated to be something that it's not. So I understand people misunderstanding and not comprehending what love truly, truly is. And this desire that a lot of people have, to be loved, make somebody love them, um, or you're not loving me, um, I don't love you, when it's actually an energy. And when you know that you embody this energy and that you are this energy, no one cannot not love you, right? Because you are love. So it's not something that you have to, oh, I have to get loved by this person or these people. Eh, you are love, you know. It's just that you may not be aligned and in tune with this realization and feel it within you. So, you know, you feel like it's missing.
Yeah, like they're not complete or they're incomplete without someone or something, some
Hmm.
aspect or, some status.
Hmm.
It's a frequency. It's definitely the frequency. When we speak about hertz and frequencies of that nature, like 528, some would say that's a love frequency. We have sounds. There's some sounds that you can't hear. If you go into a club, yeah, boom, boom, boom. If you play a radio in your car, boom, 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 you might can hear the, the thunder and all this kind of stuff. But there can be thunder on the other side of the world that you don't hear. But it doesn't mean that that energy, that frequency is not transmitting through the air. You just don't hear it.
Mhm.
The frequency may be so low. There are some times when I can detect frequencies, and when I tune in, it's like I actually receive messages.
Mhm.
So
Yes, exactly.
yeah, very telepathic. It just depends on where you are in that development, that frequential
Mhm.
development. Like Malika just mentioned, it's people really think it's about that emotional feeling that it's a human thing to have emotions. Love is energy. Love is not really a human thing. It's a universal thing. It's a high frequency. So that energy that you carry, it still remains even when your body returns to the dust. It's not something that goes and gets buried away. It's
Right.
a frequency and it exists well through all of us. We just have to tap in, as was just mentioned. Breakfast Refresher just said it. We have to align and tap in with those energies. And someone last week, well, I guess she viewed one of the shows and sent me an email. And she knows who I am because I did respond that I'm going to cover it today. So I'm sure she's looking. And of course, I'll be kind. I try. So, but it's like when we can't dictate to others how they should use their energies, we have no control over that. We can only control ourselves, master
Mhm.
ourselves.
Mhm.
We can master how we're feeling and how we're not feeling. And what if you would like to feel something, you have to master it inside yourself. You can't expect certain people to come and rally for like 10 years with the same old thing. I mean, you if you're not going to change your situation or aim to align some energies, cleanse some energies, lighten your load and all that, and it's 10 years has passed, then you can't expect anyone to continue to run to this rescue, I would say, because I feel some people feels like a damsel in distress, like, oh, save me, things like that, that kind of energy and feeling. I think they feel cared for and loved in that sense. If that's what they get, they feel like they have
Mhm.
to have that to feel love. So if you have to go through all of that to just to feel love, then I suggest you raise it up a notch within yourself. Love yourself more so that you can attract that level, because there are a lot of low frequencies out here, which it's not really love, it's more emotional stuff. That's why the emotions are governed in the sacral chakra. That's the lower chakra.
Yeah.
Any chakra above the diaphragm, which is the heart chakra. And now, by the way, the heart is the bridge from lower self to higher self. If you want to align those energies up and open up this crown chakra and be all in tune with this universe, have this big old universe around your head with all this space, right? You probably can't see it unless you have an eye to see it. Then you will see it, right? So
Yes.
it's a whole lot more than what we're thinking it is. And we have to think of it not as something that you can touch or
Right.
turn on and turn off. It doesn't work like that. It's a frequency that is either in you vibrating very highly or it's not. And if it's not vibrating high, it's not that it's not within you. It's just that you have so many blockages that you
Yes.
can't really illuminate the energy.
Mhm.
You have all these hang-ups about things, regrets, and I wish I didn't do this, I wish I didn't do that. Failed relationships, and you're feeling like, oh, another, and all this grumpy feeling. You got to get out of that mode. Just be more confident with yourself, be more confident with and discerning in your decisions. Make better decisions and stop falling into the same old pattern. Not because a man or woman say, yeah, baby, me love you, me love you. You think that mean love? Those are just words. If you don't
Exactly.
feel it and if it don't resonate, then those are just words. So take them for what they are. You stop running behind people and calling their phone. You couldn't possibly love me because you only call me once a week. And so that's how much they want to be in touch with you.
Right.
You want to hear from them 24/7 and they only want to call you once a week. So
Right.
as you can, there's no resonation there. It's you're not willing to accept what they're willing to offer. This person is clearly saying that, hey, I'm not emotionally available for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still trying to pry and prick emotionally available for you. And that's not how it works. Not
Mm-hmm.
science. You can pretend, but you'll be in a delusional world. You create your illusion and you're going to try to live it. You remember that show, Malik? You remember that show? Uh, it's what? Cheaters.
I remember hearing about it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, right. Well, I couldn't even remember the name, but that show, I remember just a couple of first shows that I looked at, and this probably was more when it started. But the reason
Mhm.
I looked at a few of them is because I wanted to kind of figure out, well, why are these men and women responding this way? Saying, well, I just had to hire someone, I just had to see it for myself. Well, all your
Mhm.
instincts, your intuitiveness is through the roof. Everything is telling you this is what's going on, and you still want to go and find proof. And when you find the proof, you don't say, thank you, universe, for this proof that I needed, this clarity that I needed. You don't do that. You're not thankful. You're not even grateful. What you do is thank Joey and them Monday for spying on you, imposing in your privacy. Not only that, yeah, you may discover some things, but it's not like you didn't already know. Why did you hire them in the first place? Because you felt it.
Exactly.
You felt it.
They just didn't trust themselves.
You just, yeah, you didn't trust your own intuition. You didn't trust your own knowing. And then when you find out, it's like, well, I got questions. What kind of questions? If
Right.
you asking questions for 2 years already and you ain't get no answer, why are you still there?
Right.
Why are you still there expecting any kind of, energies in return if it's not even been reciprocated the way you feel? Then you
Mm-hmm.
want to get up there and act a fool. Then, man, you don't really see the men hitting women when they discover or when it's uncovered that
Right.
something is happening or there's some kind of interaction with other energies. And I'm going to say it in that way because there's a reason why. But
Mm-hmm.
I see most of the women, they will go and they'll attack the man and they'll be all this and then want to attack the woman and all this stuff. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all be lucky as y'all buckle for them kind of woman. I know some woman would just lace you behind with some licks. You want to come around
Wow.
but you're
Yeah.
mine. Stop the foolishness. Stop
Mm-hmm.
the foolishness. Love yourself more than you love
More.
him or her. Love
Yeah.
yourself more than you're loving him or her. You
Yes.
gotta love yourself more. You don't get caught up in all of that cheating. What does the word cheating means? Who introduced that word to you?
I know.
Yeah, right. The thing about cheating, when I think of cheating, I think about we're taking a test and I peeping at the classmate paper to see what they got on there so I can write it down because they're smart and I think they're gonna get their answer right. And I feel that's cheating. But for someone stepping out, sharing energy with someone, I really don't feel that's cheating. I feel those are signals. Those are effects of
Mm-hmm.
something that's going on within someone. Someone is feeling
Mm-hmm.
probably unappreciated, like there's no gratitude or there's no exchange or resonation of
Mm-hmm.
affections and things of that nature. So check your relationships and make sure that they're intact. It
Yeah, they
should
need.
change the love that you have when those things are happening. It's not that the person may not love you, but they feel like they're missing something. They feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's not balanced. And don't think that because somebody say I do and all this European way of or interpretation of marriage that they just stuck with you and your bad attitude and
Right.
your narcissistic way or whatever. I don't care if you have 3 or 4 children. They'll be like, well, I'm gonna stay for the children. Yeah, then next thing you're staying, you're getting your butt whooped. They out there with different partners, all kind of stuff happening.
Right.
You want to stay for why? Because you are tending to your own insecurities.
Right.
Yeah, you're tending to your own insecurity. You're insecure to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, and people be like, well, I'm not, yeah, for you to even leave, you're feeling insecure. You're feeling insecure that, man, I'm going to have to start life over. Who's going to love me after 4 children and doubting yourself and putting all this negative energy? Love yourself more. It
Right.
raises your vibration. It really
Yes.
does. And people will be attracted to that energy of love within you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So some
Yes.
of us, we always smiling. We always just happy-go-lucky, bursting with energies and stuff. And that's because we try to just align with what makes us, pop off them serotonin.
Yes.
All right, my sister.
Yes.
Allow for them today.
Something you said earlier, um, I want to touch on. You said that they might not be letting the energy see how you exactly said it. I'm gonna paraphrase it. You said something that the people may not be letting the light all the way through.
Yeah.
So with that, because our hearts, our hearts give off a light, they give off a frequency, there's a vibration of our heart being. And initially, I'm going to say many of us begin with that beat of love, because I'm sure there are things that I may not know or intuitively know to make sure I can't say that as a blanket statement. But I would say that most are born with this alignment and in tunement with love. And love is energy, all that is that created us, right? And you said that the reason that the light's not shining forth is because of the blockages. This is so very important when it comes to love energy, because most people walking around blocked,
Yep.
even though they don't think they are.
Yep.
They have some blockages, and those blockages, the number of the blockages, or depending on where the blockages are, is preventing the fullness of the radiance of the light from their heart, that's love, even for them to feel it,
Right.
let alone for somebody else to know it. And so it's not a matter of turning this switch on and off. I love this person, I don't love that person.
Right.
You don't love me, or you stopped loving me. There's no switch. It's not a switch. It just is. It just is. And what I would like to share with everyone today is how you can unblock the blockages. So when you find that you just feel like you're not loved, you just have a sense of not being loved, people don't love you, or you're not walking this life with anyone, maybe you feel alone. So you probably have some blockages in your heart chakra, or you have some blockages or you have blockages in your lower three chakras, your root, your sacral, and solar plexus. Because the heart chakra, in order for that love energy to flow through your heart, it needs to be open. That means the pathways, the energetic pathways needs to be open. And if they're blocked in your lower chakras, I mean, it's blocked to your heart. So you got to get the energy flowing. So start moving, like
Yes.
literally move more than you move now. Go run, go walk, do some yoga, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, um, just start moving, do some jump roping, start moving your body more regularly. Like get your blood flowing. As you get your blood flowing, and you're feeding your physical heart, and you're getting your energy flowing too. Have you ever heard of chi?
Yeah.
So have you heard of chi in ancient Chinese, I believe? But in ancient Asian cultures, there's a knowledge of chi, and that is our life force. That is our energy. And so when your blood is stagnant because you're not moving, living a sedentary lifestyle, your chi is flowing slower.
Yep.
Your energy, your life force energy is flowing slower. People say, I don't have enough energy. I'm so tired. Well, yeah, because you're not moving.
Yep.
I don't have energy to move. Well, guess what? You need to move so you can have some energy, And so start moving. And as you start, and also the other thing you got to do is you got to meditate. And basically, because I know some people are just, they dread when they hear the word meditate, because like, I can't meditate, my mind be so busy with thoughts, I thinking this.
That's why you meditate.
Right. Some people don't want to be left. I've heard people tell me they don't want to be left alone with their own thoughts.
Yep.
And that is so sad to me. I can't imagine.
Yep.
So there are different ways to meditate. Meditation, you can sit down, of course, the traditional way. You can sit down on a chair or on the floor, whatever, and sit there quietly, put your hands in your lap. You can have a focal point. Either you can focus on your third eye, focus on your breath, or focus on a candlelight or something. Just pick something, random spot on the wall and focus on it. You can also do moving meditation. So when you're doing yoga, you could do a slower form of yoga and actually pay attention to your breath.
Yep. Breathing.
To your movement. And if you can do there are many activities you can do and work your way to a state of meditation. You can ride a bike. If there's like a trail you can ride, maybe not so much a trail, but like something smooth, either pavement that's sort of away from the busyness of everything else, and you can ride for a while, like maybe a mile. That can be you can meditate during that time.
Yeah.
You can get your mind, all the thoughts are going to come. Okay. The thoughts are going to come because you haven't dealt with things. But that's okay. Let them come up and just keep on riding or keep on doing whatever you're doing okay. And then go continue back on your focus. These two things will definitely help you to start unblocking passageways so that you can start to open your heart chakra, so that you can start to know and feel and be your love energy.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about nobody else loving you.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned about the heart chakra in the first part of the show. I mentioned the heart chakra because that's the only place where love energy really exists. Like hate or envy or jealousy or dislikes or whatever negativity don't dwell in that space. It doesn't dwell in that space. And there's a Sanskrit word for it, and it means unhurt. So yeah, Anahanta. And there's no, it just doesn't, that's not where it is. And just so we will know, emotions are very attached to our brain, our endocrine system, hormonal and everything. It's attached to our nerves because there's a part of the brain that governs emotions and send these signals. And when you're getting in all this emotion, whether loss, grief, or just, you feel like, oh, them leave me, them strand me out, them this and that, them ghost me, whatever the case, they left you with a tab, whatever you're feeling bad about.
Right.
It doesn't have to be personal, right? But whatever you're feeling bad about, and it's that energy has to be pushed out. And emotions that need to be released are released through the root chakra because they're governed in the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra and the first eye, our pituitary gland, which is a first eye because it was there between these two are formed in the fetus. Okay, in that fetus state, these two are not even formed, but this is already here, right? Just so y'all simple Simons will know that. But once, but there's a connection. So when you're thinking about something constantly, oh, she's doing this, he's doing that, and all this, that, and the other, you are suppressing so many physiological functions in your body, especially being that the gut and the brain have a connection. So a lot of things are going to be going on in your gut, in your lower abdomen, which is your sacral chakra. For women, your womb space. For men, you have your prostate, testes, and all that in those areas. It's our reproductive procreation power centers area. Men's as far as developing your sperm and all that, everything begins from a germ cell. Same thing with a woman. developing those eggs, about 400 eggs. When she's in the fetal state being developed is when a woman have the eggs. So when you're birth, you don't get eggs every month after puberty, and after you hit puberty, and every menstrual that you have, you don't gain eggs, you lose eggs.
Mm.
And we cover that in our puberty class, puberty show, when we did from birth to puberty, the hormones and things of that nature. So a lot of what we're feeling, it's like a lot of hormonal imbalances create these energies that we're feeling, because a thought can take you railroading. What if you misunderstand something, and you thought something in another way where it wasn't, and you reacted in that way, and then to find out later on you overreacted because it wasn't the situation. Now you can't take these things back, and you reacted based on emotions, not because
Mhm. Right.
it's emotions. And you have to really check yourself, check the mind, check the energies, check everything, question everything. Okay, but we want to say, hey, they listening live on the powerhouseradio.com. That's www.dapowerhouseradio.com. And if you want to listen up live, go ahead and call at 667-930-9036. Tune in app as well. Victorious WAPK Radio 89.1 FM. They can hear us in Macon. They can hear us in Conyers, in Covington. They can hear us in Monroe. They can hear us down to Monticello and Eatonton. Get with it. Get on the ride, y'all. We're here, the I Am Meta Show, every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Pacific time. And a little in a few, we're going to touch bases on the shows that do come on every week on the Powerhouse Radio, including I Am Meta, and just give you some more information so you can go ahead and subscribe. And feel free to comment, ask a question. We're speaking about love is energy today. If you want to ask a question, if you have something to say, please do go ahead and say it. If you want to be a little more discreet, send us an email at thepowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's powerhouseradio@gmail.com. Send us an inquiry if you want to know our upcoming topics, and if you may want to sit in on a panel. Sure, it's always about health and wellness, spirit, mind, and body, but we don't always have to be speaking about the body.
Yes.
It's okay to speak about the mind. It's okay to speak about the spirit and that ether energy. Also, we do have mental illness coming up. A lot of great information on that, right? So we're confirming some panels, and we'll be on it. And I'm sure it will be in the month of March, and we're right around the corner. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to get some things together. Make sure you have a fantastic show on that, okay? But if
Right.
you know when, and if you want to make sure you're here, subscribe. Hit that little notification button, so when the Powerhouse Radio comes on, you'll be notified, dearies. All right. So I know in about 2 minutes, the Powerhouse Radio will be doing their station break. So I'll let Malika ride them 2 minutes on.
Yes. Okay. So, with all those exciting things that are happening here on Powerhouse Radio, how you can get in touch and listen. So, we're talking about energy. Love is energy, and this is something that um, is important for us to recognize, because it really is empowering once you realize that you already are love, like you already have love available to you. um, Once you start to understand on the mental level, but even on a physical level, when you start to care for yourself and you start to make changes in your lifestyle, it's like you're growing your access to love. Even though it's always there, the reason many people don't really have access to it and don't feel it is because of all the blockages,
Yep.
unfortunately. So, uh, and what we eat is very important. I mean, we talk
Very
about health,
important.
spirituality, and all kinds of things on the show. So, I got to tie it back into nutrition. So, what you eat is important, because the body, what it does is it stores things that it doesn't know what to do with it. When we put something in our mouth and the body's like, well, I don't know what the heck this is, it stores it somewhere in an attempt to keep you functioning. And when it's doing that, some people, they get like cardiovascular disease. They get plaque built up in their arteries. So in that
Yeah.
case, they have to. Oh, we'll be right back. I'm gonna take a station break.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Victorious 89.1 WAKP. Your unity in the community station.
The Hinkson Firm's mission is to provide superior legal service in the areas of family law, child welfare law, general legal services, and mediation by keeping convenience of the clients at the forefront. The Hinkson Firm's goal is to eliminate the stress of an already intense situation in your life by coming directly to your workplace and or a location close to your home for consultation, meetings, and mediation. The Hinkson firm customized legal attention based on the needs of each client while treating every client with the dignity and respect they deserve, while fighting strongly and fiercely for justice and their legal rights. The Hinkson firm can be reached at 470-499-4704.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Victorious 89.1 WAKP. Your unity in the community station.
Okay, welcome back. So what I was saying is that, when the body starts to take these accumulations of food that you are not moving through your body, because it's something the body doesn't recognize and it stores it, or you have emotional and mental blockages, the body starts to put that away here and there, and it starts to affect the flow. And when it starts to affect the flow, you start to notice it in different ways: aches and pains, stiffness, inflexibility. And then these are the things you notice, but a lot of people ignore because they don't connect it to their heart health or their heart chakra health, love. They don't connect it to that. And so it's really important that people know that love is energy. And we are created out of energy. Even though we are a denser form of energy, we still are. And so we have to make sure that we continuously make sure it's flowing. Just make sure it's flowing. Another ways to help make sure that your energy is flowing is to be mindful of your relationships. So if you notice that you're always around someone, that when you're around someone that um, the effect on being around them is like you feel tired or you feel cranky or grumpy or something anytime you're around this person, that's an energetic imbalance, and that's going to affect your heart, your love. So you just want to be mindful of all the ways wherein energy within you and around you is flowing or not flowing. And you want to just be able to correct that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there are so many things that you can really start to do, but you have to get quiet with yourself. You have to be still. You have to really be still. You can't just be rowdy, drinking, smoking, and just getting to yourself without all of that. If you can't be quiet and get away into yourself, oh, let me turn this down. I think I'm hearing this. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. If you can't get into yourself, then that's where you need to start. Work on that before you start doing anything else. Work on getting into yourself so you can figure out why you're feeling the way you're feeling and deal with your own personal insecurities. Deal with, there are people inside who people have said they too loving. Well, even that may be I don't want to say a handicap, but that may also be limiting because some people feel like they have to keep showing others this love just to be accepted. It's not like it just freely comes from you, or just it's like you have to. Oh, I got to love them up and love this up and love that up, and because you want to be recognized, you want to be here. I am, raising your hand in class, and the class is over. But I'm saying all of those things you have to look at. There's really no bad or good. It just depends on where it's all depending on where your energies are vibrating,
Mhm. Yes.
whatever levels. If you vibrating on low levels, you will continue to attract those type of events into your life and people into your life. If you elevate that love in higher frequency, like where it needs to be so it can illuminate, right? That's what you will attract. And anywhere you go, people will see it. So it's okay if you walk into a store or into a mall or just getting out your car. It doesn't matter. If people look at you twice and notice you and notice your energy and your aura, it's okay. Especially if they're smiling and because they feel good about how you're feeling and it probably lifted their day up, right? So never
Yes.
don't dim your light and dull yourself because others around you may not be illuminating as you. Don't ever compare yourself to other people who are not illuminating. They have their own reasons why they're not illuminating. And if they
Mhm.
choose to stay in that reason, that's their problem, their business, right? And I'm not going to feel guilty for not dimming my light to please others. And that's another thing. Don't do it to yourself. Man, woman, or child, don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that energy for yourself. I do want to say some of the shows that we have going on thepowerhouseradio.com and whatever is streamed throughout the week, our live talk show and things of that nature. But we have on Sundays, we have the gospel vibes from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a Hope Redemption Worship Center from 11 to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Then you have yours truly's Zephyr and Malika here at I Am Meta 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. All About Love is right after I Am Meta. It's on Sundays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have Thursdays. You have, matter of fact, Wednesdays. The Let's Gripe is on from 7 to 8 p.m. And then you have Thursday, the Kids' Way is at 6 to 7 Eastern Standard. Reasoning Thursday, back in the house from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standards. And you got on Saturdays, the Lady D show from 12 to 4 p.m. is music, lots of nice music. And if you all grew up in our era, when we grew up, then you would love that vibe there. You would love that string of music for 4 hours. You can be in your car, if you're on a road trip, whatever, tune in. And like how they have the 89.1 bigging up right now. Yeah, you're getting more ears are listening, more people are tuning in, right? So check them. And also on Tuesday, they have Too Strong Praise moment. That's from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And of course, once again, if you want to tune in, tune in. Give us a love, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share. All right. Give us a subscription. Just subscribe to the Powerhouse Radio so you can tune in and whatever resonate with you. Okay. If it resonate with you, tune in and tap in and yeah, let's see if we can, make this a regular thing. We can meet right here. This be our meeting spot. Okay. Peace and love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's great. There's a lot of um, offerings, so be sure to check them out.
Yeah. And go ahead, Malika.
I was just gonna say, just be sure to check them out, and you might find, you know, you might find that you can get lighter that way.
You're not lying. You're certainly not. And another thing, I have my little clear quartz crystal here too. But I stay vibrating. I stay raising my energies. There's not a moment or a day that goes by that I don't check where my levels are. I would know if I'm running on fumes, if I'm on low half a tank, 3/4 tank. I would know where I'm at because
Right.
I check it with my mood. I check it with the energy levels when I rise midway through the day, even anything that I feel shifted about, I tune in right away so I can go ahead and make some adjustments. I don't put it off for later because there's nothing more important than you being centered
Yes.
and being aligned,
Yes. Definitely.
So I surround myself also with positive people, speaking
Hmm.
positive things, and not to say everyone is always going to be positive. Well, whatever. I don't have to sit around and listen to negative people.
Right.
I don't have to do that.
Yep, that's
So,
true.
yeah, if they want to sit around and talk all that negativity and it's the same old, same old, I don't have to stay around and subject myself to anything
That's
like
true.
that.
That is
And I
so
don't feel
true.
bad about it. I'm very unapologetic when I speak of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that kind of energy. I really don't. I
That's
really
love.
would. Yeah. And then, you know, some of us have this broad perimeter. So it's we can be on the phone and you can feel the energy of love. You know, you can
Mhm.
see us on social media and don't know us and can feel the energy of love through our messages, through our,
Mhm.
you know, the way we speak on things and how we respond to things. And I think everyone, I don't know anyone who started social media one way and still and haven't grown in some kind of way.
Right.
Whether they grew worse or better or whatever the case, but they're not where they started, you know?
Right.
They're not where they started. And I know I'm certainly not where I started because I used to be fussing with some people and they say certain things and I'd be back and forth, back and forth. I was like, man, this is tiring.
Right.
This is
Yes.
exhausting. I refuse to invest my energy in this kind of foolery dealing with people who are fools. I'm not
Exactly.
going to do that, you know? And I
Mhm.
stopped even entertaining the friggery. They don't even get my energy. That's how, and that speaks louder to me than if I open my mouth.
Mhm. Mhm.
Once they don't see, I'm not even paying them no attention. I can't even pick them up on my radar. Yeah.
Right.
They're not
Yes.
even detected. Yeah. You know, so if
Exactly.
you raise that vibration, that's where you are. You're gonna drop all that other stuff that's so meaningless in your life. It doesn't
Yeah.
bring you any kind of upliftment or elevation. So, but another thing I wanted to speak on is you see, the love energy on this planet Earth is the highest frequency. So that's it the way it vibrates, it just opens our heart chakra. And when that heart chakra is open, we will attract that in our lives.
Mhm.
So don't think you're going to try that and see how it feels and then be straddling the fence, because you'll totally be confusing yourself, your energies. You'll be misaligning yourself. You'll be in a delusion, trying to create some things that it's maybe not be realistic. It's like someone who say they're married to someone and that person been deceased for 20 years, but they're still acknowledging them as if they're still right there, you know. Oh, I can't commit adultery because I'm married. And it's like, oh yeah, well, your husband's been transitioned like 20 years now, you know, things like that. It's your thought. You got to get in there and uplift yourself. We have to uplift the self because everything around us and through us, it's all energy.
Yes.
Detect where it is. You ever feel fear? Let's say you're walking down the street, you don't have no stick, and here comes a dog without a leash. I'm sure some people kind of feel their heart jump because it's like, man, I don't even have a stick, right?
Right.
And you're trying to figure out, man, what is Rockwilder going? Or you know, you're gonna look at it to see what fence you can jump over, whose porch you can run on, or something, because
Mhm.
you can go into a mode. So you see how you shifted that mode into fright or flight? Because see, that's how the brain works.
Mhm.
It controls a lot of things, how we think, how we interpret, how we react and respond to things. So start with what you're thinking and the thoughts you're holding. Hold yourself in higher regards. Hold yourself in higher love vibes. Hold yourself more prosperous with more potential. Don't look at yourself as pain and lack and this and all that you don't have. Who cares what you don't have? Look at what you do have. And
Right.
I'm not saying who cares to brush it aside or to make it insignificant, okay? Because we're all significant. But I'm just saying, if you're going to dwell on all that you don't have and this has been continuous and you're still trying to figure out how it's going, well, you need to change the energy instead of changing the words.
Yes.
Some people can change words and say, well, I'm going to try this and try that, but they don't actually, the energy stays. So you're going to
Right.
get the same result. Doesn't matter what book you're reading. It doesn't matter what state or country you're in. If you're carrying the same energies inside, you're going to continue to get the same results.
True.
Yeah.
So some of the other, you're talking about lighten yourself, right? Lighten
Yeah.
your energies. And one of the ways to do that is to get out in nature.
Yep.
Get outside, get into the sun, walk around some trees, go on the trails, just get out into nature. And regularly, that will help you. Even if you just are like, you know what, the sun is about to set, there's about 5 minutes left. Go ahead and jump out there, and run outside and take a chance to get some sunshine, get some fresh air, get what the energy that nature is giving off. Get outside, get out of the house.
Yeah.
Um, Other ways to lighten your energy as well is to be around people whose energy is high, right? That doesn't mean go taking your sorry dumpy down
Yeah.
energy and trying to dump it on them. That's not what I'm saying at all. Please be in your highest state of elevation that you know that you can be, and visit with people who are constantly in a high frequency,
Yeah.
because it's like a candle lighting another candle.
Yes.
They're not losing to light you or to allow your illumination to be brighter, but you got to have a wick. Okay, you can't go there without, you can't go to another candle without a wick
Right.
expecting to be lit. you
Right.
you
Right.
got to at least have some lightness with you, right? High vibration. Other ways of raising your vibration are and we're raising our vibration so that we can allow the flow of energy and love energy to flow through us. Relaxing.
Yeah.
Okay. This culture in Western society is hustle, bustle, grind, rise
Yeah.
and grind, sleep and grind. Like people are just like grinding,
Yeah.
constantly all the time, working 80 hours a week and stuff. And it's just like, when did you have time for yourself? When did you
Yes.
have time to just sit down and relax?
And
I
soak your
talked to,
feet.
huh?
And soak your feet.
Soak your feet, like relax. Okay.
Yeah.
And so relax. That'll give you an opportunity to reflect on your day, reflect on your week. And it's beneficial for you to help
Yes.
enlighten you, to help get your energy flowing more. So yeah, definitely. And also something that can help you is eating leafy greens.
Oh yeah.
And why eating leafy greens? Because first of all, the leaves have chlorophyll in them. That color green, that green is in alignment with the heart chakra.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at nature, most environments, you will see some green.
Yeah.
That is love energy reflected in nature. There are the colors as well. Don't get me wrong. But when we're talking about love energy and we're talking about heart chakra, the color is green. And
Yeah.
when you look around you and you see green, unless you live in a desert, you might not see that much green. But eat the leafy greens, because the leafy greens have been out in the sun, getting the sun's energy into them, getting the
Yes.
chlorophyll into they have chlorophyll, and that's what makes them green. And they have their leaves out there getting up all that sunshine, that energy. And then when you eat that, it's converted within your body, and you are filling yourself with love and light energy, literally. So get those leafy greens, because they are going to help change your life. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not exaggerating. I'm telling
That's
you,
for
it's going to
more
help
than
change
one
your
reasons too.
life. Huh?
Yeah, for more than one reasons that leafy green.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will start opening your heart. Your heart will start to open more, because the blockages, the lighter you eat, the less energy your digestive system uses to digest food. and it frees up energy to be used elsewhere. And that freed up energy can be used for regeneration, for unblocking block channels of energy, and growth.
Yes.
So this is why it's important.
Yep.
Just you think leafy greens, oh, everybody says eat them. Yeah, eat them a couple
Yep.
times a day, a variety, and drink your water. So you'll have fiber. The fiber will help move the food through your digestion system and your colon. Very important to move food through your colon in a timely fashion. And then you'll be lighter in your body. And so that lightness will help elevate your energy because energy will be flowing.
Yeah.
Energy that's not flowing and is stagnant causes blockages.
Yeah,
So
and you can actually see it. You can see like if there's a dim light.
yes.
Well, it wouldn't be bright green. It would be like real dim, as if it's like
Mhm.
almost going out like put, almost out
Right.
of gas or something. But when Malika mentioned lighter and lightness too, very important.
Yes.
Intermittent fasting, so that your body, you can't just be eating all the time. Your body's just going to be busy focusing on all that because there's no way to stop the digestive process, okay? Unless you just don't eat. But that's not what we want. You have to have a plan of action of how you're gonna, the many ways of how you're gonna raise your vibration. So first, you want to be able to renew your cells. First, you want to be able to be restful. All right,
Yes.
resting at the same at a certain time. You spoke about this already. You have to rest at a certain time or during a certain time so that the nerves can renew, the nephrons, the neurons, the pineal that produces melatonin. Melatonin is what helps us to sleep, dearies. How
Right.
can you not want to get rest during a certain rhythm? Because that's the only time it's produced. So it means that we have to resonate with it. It's not going to, time and all that doesn't stop to deal with our accordances. Okay, we have to connect or flow within this time to get certain things accomplished. And there's a time for rest. There's a time when your brain should think about nothing, not shut it down, just kind of move everything to the side where you're just looking into space. And you're not going to be sitting there all goo goo gaga, I'm saying, but you're going to literally be tranced into your own vibe, clearing where your mind is going to get that opportunity to rest while you're awake. There's a time for that. You see, sometimes people sit and daydream, then you go disturb them and say, "Oh, what are you doing, daydreaming?" Well, let them rest that mind. They need it because sometimes the body is automatic when it does it, and you don't realize it until someone gives you a nudge or you hear something and it takes you out of that zone. But I love to be in my little zones because when my brain needs that rest, I do it. And when my body needs the rest, when it doesn't need to be digesting food and all this stuff, you have to make sure you're getting that rest. That also have a lot to do with how we're going to elevate. And it has a lot to do with how we're going to think, our moods and everything. Our whole nervous system depends on rest. And when if you think negatively, it affects everything that is connected to. And the brain and the gut have an access. Not even that. The brain is really connected to everything. So it's connected to your organs. It's connected to the heart. We mentioned the heart's connected to the lungs, the breathing is connected to everything. So if you see that you're getting in a situation where maybe your health is declining and all that, just try to be positive. Even if you feel like, well, it's too late for me to clear all this energy out that I had stuck inside since Noah was a boy, right? You got to clear that out. It doesn't matter how much time has passed there. It doesn't matter how many centuries, how many eras. It doesn't matter how many books have been written.
Exactly.
It's never too late to clear that energy.
Nope.
And do it because it'll help the next generation too.
It definitely will. Because when they see us operating with lightness, like see the youth, they are closer to alignment with their love and with love energy already.
Yeah.
They don't have the blockages and the slowdown of energy within them like the adults around them. So when we start to work on ourselves and we lighten ourselves and we start to come into love energy more, they feel it.
Yes.
They feel it and they are drawn to us.
Yeah.
There are some people who, any child is just drawn to that person. It's because they have
Yeah.
the love energy is just freely flowing from them at a
Yeah. Yeah.
at a frequency that they feel it so strongly, and that
Yeah.
feeling that frequency of love so strongly coming from the adults, they don't have any fear. They don't have any fear to
Yeah.
interact with that adult, and they will just run to
Yeah.
them because the
Yeah.
love recognizes love.
Yes. I would say 99% of the children that I come into their presence, they come into my presence. That's
Mhm.
how they respond. I'd be in the supermarket. There are children who would run to
Yes.
me. Let's say their mom is at the other line with them. They'll run to me and hug my leg, and I'll be looking down like, "Hey, sweetie," It
Yes.
happens like all the time. I can be in the drugstore picking up something,
Mhm.
whatever. I shouldn't even say drugstore, but when you get
The
Q-tip.
pharmacy, we know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, right. Getting Q-tips and all that stuff. But it's good. It feels good. And nothing is really 100%, but I feel if 99% of the youths really are attracted to you, that 1% that may not be attracted to you, it's not really that you're negative or anything, but sometimes the light is so bright they don't really overstand it and it startles them. It's like, whoa, they gotta like experience it. They have to get to know it or get familiarized with this level of light, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I feel it's a good thing. So let that love energy, get yourself. I have like so many different little, I do so much I have a lot of little crystals and I make little cute little things. I have crystals here in lavender flowers because I love how it smells.
Mhm.
I have green aventurine. I have jaspers. I have the carnelians, the quartz. I have the celestites. I have the selenites. I have, name it, the citrine. I have the palm stones. Just name
Mhm.
it, because crystals have such beautiful energies. And if you want to align yourself, then use what's natural. Use your natural resources.
Yes.
Crystal is not something like that you make up or made in the lab. It's made in the earth. So if you're rejecting something that's natural because you don't understand it, then say that. But don't say it's negative or anything, because it's probably the most positive things you'll come across if you are that kind of negative person. You get some crystals, and don't worry, it wouldn't resonate to your energy anyway. You'll have to resonate to the energy of the crystal. All these energies permeate all things, whether it's whether you can see it or not, whether you can touch it or not, energy permeates it all. So that's why I know crystals have energy.
Yes.
Has energies and frequencies. We all have a frequency level, and certain frequencies, it actually brings us on that level, especially when you listen to it for 8 hours when you sleep.
Right.
Yeah, so check some of those things out and get on your love frequency. Open up the heart chakra. Start to trust yourself again. Be open and vulnerable, because that's the only way you're going to be able to move forward in life. You can't be
Yes.
shut up and all strapped in, and you don't talk about, I don't want to get hurt anymore. Well, you know what? Deal with your hurt. Clear that hurt out so you don't keep calling it,
Mhm.
because that's exactly what's happening until you do.
Yes, definitely. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I tell you, I love it. But thank you all for tuning into I Am at the
Yeah.
Show. Thank you to Victorious Radio. That's Victorious WAKP, y'all. 89.1. It's in the house. So if y'all hear us down there in Eatonton, Monticello, Monroe, Covington, Conyers, Macon, yeah, we here. And that's like southeast side. And we're over here in Jonesboro, Clayton County. This is on the south side, so I feel you. Malika over there on the west
Yes.
coast, bigging us up, y'all. Peace and
Yes.
love. See you
Have a
next
great
Sunday.
day.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.